tutorial The First Script, part 3 of 3. We continue this series of free video tutorials to help you learn Zero Coding Algo Trading with TSLab. Learning new things can be intimidating sometimes. In this part, we will share with you some practical tips to help you avoid frustrations and stay motivated to see the fruits of your efforts. You will learn how to self-study blocks from the visual editor with a mini reference book. You will understand why it is important to plot different values on separate scales and what happens if you don't do it. This is by far the most common mistake. That's why we created a separate video to address this issue. If you haven't seen our previous tutorial, The First Script, part 2 of 3, Moving Average Crossover Bot, we recommend that you do so, as we use the script from that tutorial as an example. At the end of the lesson, I will share with you some tips and tricks to help you in your work. Tip number 1. If you select any block, in the Properties window you can find a description of it. Just click on the Detail tab and you will see a detailed description of the block itself. What data you need to submit to the input, what type of data you will get as the output, what parameters the block has, and even a link to the script with an example of using this block. It is a mini reference book inside each block, so to speak. This way you can self-study elements unfamiliar to you and build up your skills and TSLab. Tip number 2. I don't know if you paid your attention, but I deliberately displayed the values of the cross-under and crossover blocks on the left scale of the chart panel. Why did I do that? Why not display this data on the same scale where the price is? It's very simple. These two scales are not interconnected and are scaled separately from each other. The values of the blocks cross-under and crossover do not affect the price display. If I put the values of the cross block on the same scale with the price, then the whole chart goes like this. It will be flattened. Why is this happening? Because the value of the cross block displayed on the chart will be either 0 or 1, and the value of the price and the moving averages is actually several thousand. So when TSLab tries to plot all the values from 0 to several thousand on one scale proportionally, it can do nothing but to flatten it. Down here we see the value of the cross-under block, and at the top there is the price and the moving averages. Therefore, if you see that your chart has shrunk in such a band, most likely you put the data with different scales on the same scale. If we delete these connections, everything will be fine again. Why then did I put the moving averages on the same panel along with the price? Well, in this case they should be plotted together, because a moving average is a derivative of the price. Basically, this is also the price, only the average. And it is important to see it in the context with the price of the instrument. For example, if you are trading a strategy where you enter into a position at the breakout of a 200-day moving average, and you want this 200-day moving average to be on the same scale as the price, then you must add it to the same scale as the price. Let's see what happens if we place one of the EMAs on another scale. For clarity, I will place the chart window next to the editor and we will compare the changes. We put the slow moving average on another scale. Let's make it a bit thicker and run. You see that the moving average has gone up. It's still the same, but now it is scaled separately from the price chart and is not related to it in any way. In fact, it is of no value to us. Let's do it as it was. Let's choose the red color again. We run and see that the moving average is now back to its rightful place. To sum it up, all the indicators that relate to the price, such as the moving averages, various price channels, pivot points, and so on, should be placed on the same panel with the price of the instrument. Everything that is not directly related to the price, for example volume, ATR, various oscillators, should be placed on a separate scale and preferably on a separate panel of the chart. So we only have to save our script. It is very simple. Click Save, or if you run the script, click Save and Run. Then the script is already saved. You can close it. That's all for now. I hope you found it useful. See you in the next lesson. In this video, you have learned how to study the blocks in TSLab and the importance of plotting values on the right scales. If you are ready to automate your trading strategies and build your own bots with TSLab, we can offer you several options for speed, comfort, and convenience. Please check our course, Algo Trading with TSLab, the essential guide on how to build, test, and run your own trading robots without a single line of code. It is specifically designed for traders to help them build algorithmic systems from scratch. It has comprehensive lessons, instructor support, and a choice of plans to suit your needs. We use a convenient e-learning platform Teachable for a great learning experience. The study materials are online on algotradinglabnet.teachable.com. Just log in from any device with internet connection and enjoy step-by-step video tutorials, practical homework with model answer and quiz. You can study at your own time or choose the fast-track option with live support. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions for the next tutorial, please get in touch. We would love to hear from you. Hope to see you soon.